As the people who live along the Nile still struggle to survive in this harsh environment, a local king named Narmer has risen to power. Though Narmer has dominion over much of this land, full unification of the Twin Kingdoms has yet to be achieved. In commemoration of his accession, Narmer wishes your family to establish and govern a new city at Nekhen. This city will have temples to many of the gods of Egypt and numerous places of entertainment.
Okay, welcome back. We're on Nekhen now, the 4th mission in Pharaoh. And we're going to have multiple gods on this mission. We're also going to have, I believe, from memory, we'll have beer as well. Barley farming, yep. So that will be good. So we have Ra, Osiris, and Bast. So Ra is our patron god, which means we have to have more shrines and temples to him. And that should be absolutely fine. So looking at our city, just pause the game real quick while I do this. We've got lots of floodplains on the other side. I don't know if we have river crossings, not yet. So we'll just have to deal with this to start with, which is totally fine. And we'll need to have some people move into. I'm not too sure what else we have in terms of available things. We've got clay pits, we've got potters, and eventually breweries as well. And there are gods, and we'll have a conservatory at some point. Cool. Okay, let's just get started on our housing. So our housing, we could have it up here. I might turn this into industry up there, so I might do housing down here. Cool. And I think that's everything we need in here for now, but we'll go over here and we'll have a look for... So we'll need to have a work camp set up for our farms. And we will need grain farms here. So I'm going to put in... probably... I don't think 5 is quite enough to start with. So... I think if we go with something like that... So we've got 7... Maybe do 8. Yeah, let's do 8. 9, why not? And we'll just do the road network like that. And need one more road for that one there. And we can just bring this one straight through. That's fine. I'm going to go for a roadblock in there, and we'll put our work camps and stuff over here. So we'll go work camp. Yep, I'll do that. I'm going to roadblock there as well. And we'll have 2 work camps and a granary not too close to the houses. Maybe we'll pop it there. And we'll put a fire station and an architect's post. Make sure none of this burns down or falls apart. We also need a physician over here, which I'd forgotten. And apothecary, that's fine. And apart from that, I think we're fine. Yep. Cool, so we'll bring in the people, and we'll get them moving in. Wonderful. And we need to actually remember to do that, so that that will accept grain. Grain farms will also have straw as a secondary product, but we have no use for straw on this mission, so we'll just discard it every season. I'll throw in my bazaar here as well. There's nothing for them to buy yet. That's fine. Just do that. And while this is kind of running, I'm not going to slow down the game, I don't think, but I might get started on our pottery production. So I could build it over here, to be honest. I think it probably makes sense to just put it all together. I don't really intend to get all this much bigger than it currently is. So we'll do that. And then we'll just put a roadblock in, maybe there. As everyone starts delivering stuff, and we'll go... Oh, okay. More entertainment. So we've got juggler schools, and we have conservatories now. So conservatories will give out musicians, and they need a bandstand in order to play. So that's fine. So we'll actually place our bandstand right now. So I think probably it will fit here if we take out some houses, and I've just put that bazaar in there, but I think that's the wrong spot for it. I'm going to delete the bazaar. Yep, and that house, annoyingly. Does this not fit? Oh, it does fit. There we go. So I didn't need to delete the house. That's fine. And then we just roadblock here. So there is this one road where they can kind of dip out, which is not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. We'll live. This is accepting pottery, not clay. We've got 3 clay pits, and we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 potters. I think that makes the most sense to do that way. Let's put that into flat mode on that one building, which you can do by pressing right click on this version of Pharaoh, which is quite nice. Cool. And then we have not really a loop, but it's a cluster, you know. They're not going to go too far off the path here, so that's fine. In fact, actually looking at this, I could just do that, and they have nowhere really to go apart from over here, so that's cool. And I think that is fine. I'm going to put in a couple of entertainment buildings here, so we'll put our, I think maybe we'll put our conservatory here. And we'll just throw in our juggler school. So again, I like to place these kind of buildings near to where I already have a firehouse and an architect's post. As much as I can anyway. And we need to throw in a new bazaar, so we'll put that down here. And we'll say again, buy grain. Cool. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Everything's looking fine, and these things are upgrading now as well. So they need desirability most likely. Yes, they do. And so what I often do in this kind of setup is I put a statue right here. I think it looks quite nice. And it's also kind of like a dead spot in this housing block where there's nothing else really going on. So we are onto barley farming. So barley gets turned to beer, and then beer can be used to upgrade houses from, I believe it's the spacious homestead, through to the apartment tier of housing. So we will get started on that right now. So I'm thinking probably, I don't know if we do trade in this mission. I can't remember. But I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm going to use, again, going for these kind of outer sections of outer tiles that we have available to us. And we're just going to we'll build a couple more grain farms as well, because it's kind of getting on to a point where we need to start thinking about increasing our food stocks. Now, I didn't much like how I built those, so I think probably grain there, and then grain there. I think 5 barley farms actually will be plenty. Throw in a couple more grain farms down here as well without building a road connection. I can do that, and so one thing about building roads into floodplains is that this tile right here, you can't roadblock it. But as long as it's on grass first, you can. So I'll just do that. And these farms, they can't burn down, they can't collapse, so we can just go for that. There's only for the fire or the architect's post have a path up into the farms. So a large city needs to bring in additional revenue. You can have a tax collector as long as you have a palace, essentially. So that was fine. We will do that as well. But to start with, we'll get our breweries up and running. So we'll need another storage yard for this. So I'm just going to pop that. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go accept all beer. And we'll also need to accept barley in one of these, because we're doing a yearly harvest, so we're going to have a stockpile that we'll rip through. And then we can do something like, yeah, something like that. That'll be fine. And we'll just throw this down now. And because this is getting kind of big now, I'm going to put in another firehouse and another architect's post, just to make sure these things don't burn down. On that side, that's fine. We've got some pottery coming in, 200 units, it's pretty good. And we should probably actually get maybe 2 more work camps just to make sure we have enough workers getting onto these fields early. And we'll have employees needed. Nope. Okay. What is our employment situation looking like? We're short by 70 workers. Cool. So short by 70 workers. We've got a few coming in. And we probably could upgrade these houses if we invested a little bit into beauty. Let's build a few gardens around the back here. We'll do the whole thing. Cool. And they're upgrading now, which is wonderful. I'm thinking probably we'll just get another housing district. We're going to need to get, was it 1,000? Yeah, 1,000 population. So another housing district is probably a good idea. So we'll do the same kind of thing again. We'll open with the bandstand so we can kind of plan the rest of what we want to do. I'm actually going to go firehouse and architect's post like that. And then we'll go for a water supply. And a bazaar. And a physician. We do have the threat of malaria on this map, so I will do that as well. And what else do we need? A police station. A police station. We need a police station. And then we need more shrines. So I'm going to get a shrine. And a shrine. And we'll also give these guys another temple to Ra as well. And I think that should be fine. So we'll go ahead and build some houses. Just like this. All the way around. Like that. And then we'll throw in that statue. Same as we've done over here. And we also need to get a roadblock down right there. Cool. That should be a little bit more people coming in, which is good. It'll get all these industry buildings stocked up with workers, which is going to help a lot. And we can, in fact, also buy pottery there. And these ones are actually not... We're not going to buy anything here, I don't think. Otherwise, it'll be too much extra expenditure. If you build a mansion for yourself, you can draw a personal salary from the city's treasury. Personal funds are retained by your family to be used whenever the situation demands, even in subsequent missions during the same period. So, if we were to start drawing salary now, in like 2 missions time, we could give all that money to the city and give ourselves a wee boost. We're not gonna bother. I never really bother with it too much. It's pretty unnecessary, I think. The only real mission where it really comes in handy is the very final mission, where you have very, very small treasury to work with at the start of the game. It can be quite useful there. But even then, it's very much, it's quite manageable. So that's fine. We'll just ignore it. Now, we could go for tax collection. I just don't think it's worth it. I really don't think it's worth it to spend 1,170 and another 98. So that's like what, nearly 1,300, and we'll get maybe like 20 demons a year from these guys. It's just not worth it. So we'll just not do that. We will need a courthouse though, so I'll put down the courthouse in here. Cool. And we'll throw in an extra garden there, because for some reason this house doesn't want to upgrade. There we go. And we'll get our plazas in place, and I'm hoping that this barley is going to harvest nice and soon. So we got 2 storage yards here, accepting barley and beer. And we have hit the emergency fund here, so we got 5,000 Devons to top us up. And the harvest season has come, and everyone's getting all the goods in. I'm actually going to put just going to say accept up to a quarter of that in there. So we get a little bit more grain in. We can also do that same thing here. Say accept a quarter in there. And we'll save some of this extra grain. Not that it really matters. But at least these carts are actually now outside of here. So as the granary depletes, it'll top up the granary with more grain. There we go. Got some beer coming in, so I'm gonna say you can now start buying beer. And then the bazaar traders go off and they move off to grab some beer from here. Wonderful. And then we should have, we get water crossings as well. We're not going to have time to use them this mission because they come so late. But you can, in fact, get to the other side of this river with the ferry landing. You can also do a small gap to the bridge like that. And it costs a pretty minimal amount of cash to do that. Cool.
Well done. Thanks to your capable leadership, Egyptian civilization has advanced considerably and will continue to do so in the coming decades.
And that's Nekhen. So Nekhen is it's still kind of a tutorial mission. It's not complicated. It's just about getting these houses up and going to the courthouse, or the spacious apartment level. And I believe in the next mission, we'll be doing Menefa. Hiya, Nedamvoy here. Thank you so much for watching. Likes, comments, and subscriptions really help out the channel, but if you'd rather move on to my next video straight away, you can find it on screen now. We'll see you in the next one.